layers of ice.
The exact nature of this cosmic energy is difficult to determine, but its impact could be devastating. It is intriguing that the origin of superwaves is said to be the center of the galaxy, which plays a prominent part in the galactic alignment.
The troubling aspect of the superwave phenomenon is that these cosmic rays travel towards us from the galactic center at the speed of light. So there wouldn't be very much warning. One day everything's fine and suddenly, it's gone crazy. The superwave did come, let's hope, just minor. Maybe it would just knock out the satellites. We wouldn't have cell phones or television. It could be quite an economic impact for quite a few years. But then we would recover. If it's something minor like that, we should be thankful. It could overload the power lines, so it would be like an EMP that they talk about for a nuclear event where somebody would detonate a nuclear bomb in the atmosphere and would cause blackouts all over the planet.
Is this the phenomenon that Nostradamus and the Hopi are describing? Or did they envision something even more perilous?
What would be the worst scenario, for example? We could point to what happened at the end of the Ice Age. The last superwave that wiped out 95% of the large animals from North America. And you hear stories that a large part of the human race was wiped out and only a few survived. This was probably one of the most significant events to occur to the human race in our history.
If the blue star and a possible galactic superwave are two of the major cosmic events that some claim may coincide with the 2012 alignment, perhaps a startling prophecy from one of the world's greatest scientists can shed new light on what will unfold. Sir Isaac Newton, known as the father of physics, also believed firmly in prophecy and alchemy, a fact which ties him in unexpected ways to Nostradamus. Nostradamus casts a wide net in his endeavor to capture the elusive truths of human life and destiny. He consults the most esteemed wisdom of the past, from ancient civilizations to the great biblical prophets, in his attempt to map the very future of man.
This drawing in the Lost Book of Nostradamus is the climax of the 7 drawings. In this particular one, there's only 2 women now. So one of the fates has disappeared. There's another interesting aspect. The wheel of time no longer has any spokes, which means the wheel is going to fall off. And the third disturbing aspect of this drawing is that the book of life is empty. There's nothing written on it.
The book of life is a symbol from the Bible that is one of many religious images that Nostradamus incorporates into his work. The Bible is a book that has guided and divided humanity for thousands of years. Some believe it holds a coded message about our future. The search for a Bible code begins in the 17th century with English physicist Isaac Newton, who believes that he can decode this warning and reveal the timing of the apocalypse. The same challenge is tackled in the 20th century by an Israeli mathematician.
The Bible code was a statistical analysis of a particular portion of the Bible made by an Israeli mathematician named Eliyahu Rips. And basically he found encoded in those books a remarkable, beyond coincidence, wealth of information predicting the names of great rabbis and other religious figures who would come.
In 1994, 3 Israeli mathematicians discovered number patterns that American author Michael Drosnin uses to pinpoint what he believes is a direct biblical reference to the end date of the Mayan calendar, adding a layer of intrigue to the 2012 question.
What he did was lay out all the characters of a particular portion of the Bible, lay them out as they were written, and then whatever words crossed or were near, significance was attributed to that. The fact that 2012 and Earth Annihilated did cross was an eye-popper.
Many believe that the Bible and the Jewish Torah both contain warnings of possible Armageddon.
There is a reference in the Christian tradition, in their book of Revelations, of a mountain of fire hitting the earth. We can understand that today as being a meteor strike, a comet, something which could be of extinction level. But yet, many modern Torah scholars ask, what exactly caused the flood of Noah? And they claim it was an astronomical event, that a body from outer space swung around the sun, pulling upon the Earth's gravitational field, ripping the seas out of their beds, literally shifting and altering the orbit of the planet. Is it possible that such an event can happen again? There are those who state that this will come, and that this will come soon.
Another possible correlation is found between these descriptions of the end of days and the timing of the Jewish calendar, which is said to stop in its 7,000th year.
Depending exactly on how you want to count and look at the Jewish calendar, which version of the Jewish calendar you want to go by, we just have hit Millennium 7. We've just crossed over into the 7,000th year.
Is the occurrence of the galactic alignment, when the sun will once again line up with the very center of our galaxy, somehow connected to the end dates of the Mayan and Jewish calendars?
The fact that Iran has now arisen to be a great threat to the West was something that was recorded in prophecy over 1,500 years ago. I definitely see the upheavals that exist today are all portents of the greater crisis which faces all mankind. And as the old saying goes, it's going to get darker before the dawn.
Nostradamus also discerns danger related to the Bible. He foresees trouble in the Middle East in many of his prophecies, and specifically seems to envision the war in Iraq.
He will enter wicked, unpleasant, infamous, tyrannizing over Mesopotamia, all friends made by the adulterous lady, the land dreadful and black of aspect.
This is Century 8, Quatrain 70. An army of crusaders has never, in the times of the Crusades, ever set foot in Iraq. That is the ancient name. Mesopotamia is the name of Iraq.
Researchers believe Nostradamus sees the Iraq War as a religious battle. Another quatrain has been linked to this one as part of a larger prophecy.
The great host and sect of the cross will be massed in Mesopotamia. Of the nearby river, the fast company that such law will hold for the enemy.
Soldiers of the cross, crusaders. President Bush called the war on terror a great crusade. But the key to understanding this prophecy is, how do you define the final line? He's saying that America will lose in Iraq.
I think the most important thing that Nostradamus is saying about this time period is beware. The wars, the religious fundamentalism. There's no quatrain from Nostradamus saying, and they all lived happily ever after and worshiped the same God. He doesn't say that.
Nostradamus predicted a legion of problems arising in our times. The recent and devastating downward spiraling of financial markets is another crisis currently plaguing the world. According to some, this too appears to have been anticipated in Nostradamus's quatrains.
Within the closed temple the lightning will pierce. It injures the citizens within their fort. Horses, cows, men, the way will hit the wall. Through famine, drought, under the weakest arm.
If you think of the closed temple being the stock exchange and the temples of money on Wall Street, then they have been struck by lightning. they've been